Hello, this is Farmer John Peterson, Angelic Organics, late July 2011, and I'd like to give you a glimpse of our crops at this point in the season as we approach the peak of summer. First, a little overview. Back there, where you see that oak tree, and the lush green around it is where we will be putting our crops next year. That's our cover crop, alfalfa and clover, that we'll be rotating into. There you see our composting operation, where we prepare our compost and add biodynamic preparations to it. We're very committed to our biodynamic practices here, which we feel confident enhance the quality of the crops that we give to our shareholders. That's popcorn in front of it. In the foreground here you see eggplant. I hope you can get a glimpse here of some of the eggplants. It's a really fabulous set of eggplants on these vines. There's some basil on the left. We've harvested from these basil beds now 3 times, and we have gotten fabulous amounts of basil, very high quality basil. So you'll probably notice that most of what I talk about on this little tour is that our crops are great, and they are great this year. They're the best we've ever grown. So here we have bed after bed of eggplant, very lush eggplant, with a lot of eggplant fruits growing on these vines. You can't see them in the foliage too well, but just there's an example of one, and there's thousands and thousands that are tucked away in there that are coming towards our shareholder boxes. Peppers, 8 beds of peppers, sweet bell peppers and hot peppers. Looks like an excellent crop of peppers coming up. We plant some of these crops into black plastic, which conserves moisture and keeps the weed pressure down. Weeds are a big problem on vegetable farms, especially organic vegetable farms, so we do what we can to control the weeds and have fabulous crops for our shareholders. They're heirloom tomatoes. 5 beds. I think there's, I don't know, 9 or 10 varieties of heirloom tomatoes in there. And then here we have some regular tomatoes that are, you can see there's some red in there. We're going to be harvesting them probably today. We've taken a few off of those vines already. A lot of tomatoes out there. Little splashes of red that I see. So soon we'll be in the thick of tomato harvest. We add a trellis line to these tomatoes about every week. Keep them from flopping over. Makes them a lot easier to harvest. There's our man Jose, who does a lot of trimming, does a great job of keeping things orderly here. Now we're getting into our zucchini. Been harvesting from these beds for, I think, either 6 or 7 weeks now. I need to get a glimpse here of the yellow zucchini. So they're starting to wear out a little bit now, but they'll probably bear another 2 weeks, maybe 3. Our cucumbers, which have been yielding fabulously, many thousands of pounds of cucumbers came off of these. 3 double beds last week. Melons, muskmelons, honeydews, watermelons. If you wonder what that squeak is, if it's being picked up by the microphone, it's the shocks in this truck. Here we have a, let's see here, there's a watermelon in here somewhere for you to take a look at. There's thousands and thousands of watermelons. It's like a carpet of watermelons amidst those vines. The fence is to keep raccoons and deer out. It does a good job. And now we're getting into our fall broccoli. You'll see how it's growing in stages. Here's an example, so we can harvest it in stages for our shareholders in September and October. Really happy with these crops of broccoli and cabbage. Give you a close-up here of our cabbage. Cauliflower. And Brussels sprouts, which go through 2 or 3 frosts before we harvest them to sweeten them up, and our shareholders really like our Brussels sprouts. And their kids even like our Brussels sprouts a lot of the time. And then this is 5 fields of winter squash. Hardly a weed in them. Very healthy vines. And that is the end of these 18 fields. We have 20 more fields that I'm not going to be showing you today. Past that tree line in the foreground, there's 5 fabulous fields of sweet corn, which we started harvesting yesterday. We took 11,000 ears off. Plump ears, almost no insect damage. So today we were giving, I think 10 ears, maybe it's 11 ears per box to the shareholders. And then beside that are 4 great fields of potatoes, and we have other crops over that way: leeks, celeriac, lettuce, and some of the salad greens, baby chard. And then here you see our buildings. This is where they're packing right now as I speak to you. So, thanks for being on this little tour. Hope you enjoyed seeing our bountiful crops this season. Late July. At Angelic Organics, Farmer John Peterson signing off.